Good morning, everybody. This is coming to you here with the beginning of week 6 on the home renovation project. We've completed 5 weeks of working here on the house, and this week we did not hit our goal by a pretty significant margin. I think I told you last week we were a couple days off schedule, and this week we ended up being thrown a whole week off schedule. We'll talk about that in a little bit when we go inside. But I wanted to show you some of the things that did get done here. We had a Clean Creation come and lay this new paver floor for us. So we're really happy about that. I think it turned out fantastic. I pretty much left the design work up to Charlie, and he came up with this design with the gray border and gray outlining the columns, and then a gray row here to create some accent. I think it turned out really nice. The blending of the tan pavers with the stone columns and the gray tops. So really tickled with his design work here. And yeah, we're ready to, we've already got our fridge on the porch. It's got to get it plugged in yet, but we'll get that stocked up with eggs for those of you that buy eggs from us. And anyhow, we're going to go on inside and talk about some things in here. This week, as you can see, it largely looks like it did last week. There's not a lot of change, which is really disappointing. We had high hopes of having insulation in here by the end of the week. And as you can tell, we don't have any insulation in it. And the reason is because we failed mechanical inspection. Howard County did an energy code upgrade 6 months ago, and if you look up here, you see this rectangular ductwork. That rectangular ductwork does not come pre-insulated. It's made up in a local shop, and then that's sized very specific to your rooms. As you see, the ductwork is different sizes, and so it's all designed specifically to this room, this house, these needs, etc. And then it's wrapped in insulation here at the job. And with that code upgrade that happened 6 months ago, my contractor wasn't aware that they were requiring additional insulation on that ductwork, which doesn't make any practical sense at all, since we're planning on having a conditioned attic. We should be able to have ductwork with no insulation at all, and it functions just fine because it's not exposed to the elements. The insulation is going to actually be up against the roof deck. But he took it up the chain to a superior. He wouldn't budge, and he wasn't able to get more insulation and get back out here until Tuesday of next week. So everything in here kind of just stopped until then. We did go ahead and get a framing inspection. We passed that. We passed electrical. So we just need to get past this HVAC inspection, and then we can move on to getting the insulation in here. But there were a couple things that did get done this week. Was we did end up getting our other window in, so we're very happy about that, kind of drying this place in a little bit. And we move on out here. Out here on the deck, there's going to be a deck extension that wraps around the addition. So we had this dining room is built out over top of an existing deck. So we end up with a small deck on that end and a small deck on this end. And we're going to have a little walkway that wraps around. And so you can see back here, we got our posts in, our beam. This is a 20-foot long pressure treated laminated beam, and the beam on the end as well. And so that took quite a bit of work to get those set. There's a lot of precise angles and cuts had to go into that. So now this is all ready for floor joists and deck rail posts. And so this will be this week's project to get this deck done, and one more step closer to completing the addition. So we're really happy for all of you that are joining us on this journey and following along. Oh, and I had one person ask me this last week, where are you eating? So we're going to take you and show you that. So this is the door that goes to our garage. It's always been here, and we have, because our house is so small, we have actually been eating in our garage since, well, for 9 years now. And part of the goal of this renovation is to be able to park the car in the garage. Like most Americans do. Well, actually, I guess most Americans don't. Most Americans fill their garage with junk. But we've been eating in ours. And so I put a kitchenette in here to give us a place to cook and you know, continue life while this renovation is going on. So as you can see, it's not very big. It's all crammed together very tightly, and for a family of 7 children, that's asking a lot out of my wife, I know. But it's better than not having a kitchen at all. And so that's what we've been doing for the last, well, 5 weeks now, and will be for a few more till we get done. So thought some of y'all might be interested in that. Y'all take care, have a great week, and we'll see you on the next video.